What's up, guys? It's Rob here. Welcome to the video. We've got an unfortunate topic to discuss today, all right? Sundial stock has had another delay, and it's not for the earnings call this time. It's not another earnings delay. We're still expecting the earnings on April 29th. Unfortunately, this delay is regarding legalization, all right? The politicians are moving a little bit slower than what people would have liked to see. We're going to take a look at what's going on. Fortunately, you can see not too much has happened with Sundial's price action over the past 2 days. So very fortunate Sundial hasn't moved down very much. But we are seeing some delays with legalization, and some shorts are making some moves based off of this. So what happened? Chuck Schumer's marijuana legalization bill is not going to be coming in April as we were previously expecting. It's going to be pushed back, all right? The official introduction is now, he says, going to be coming out sometime before the August recess. So he's delayed it by a couple of months here. There's a couple of months delay on this legalization bill. Very unfortunate for Sundial stock. And unfortunately, this is just very typical. It's very typical. It's what you expect of politicians. Unfortunately, they seem to not take these matters all that seriously, even when there's an issue such as cannabis legalization that is so widely desired by the American people. We're going to look at some studies showing that pretty soon. But even Ben and Jerry's Ice Cream, the ice cream company, is fed up with the Senate and their inaction on cannabis legalization. They have been calling out senators failing to advance reform, and they've been calling for their ice cream fans and supporters of legalization to submit pre-written letters to their senators saying it's time for the Senate to act and describing the current situation with cannabis legalization, right? So basically, we're seeing people all around the country, right? Not just Ben and Jerry's, but people all around the country in wide support of cannabis legalization. In fact, a study just came out showing that Americans see legalization as a net positive for the economy and society. We found that 61% of people just about felt that cannabis plays an important role in supporting the U.S. economy. And about 67% of people said banking restrictions should be lifted for cannabis companies so they have equal access to banking. And we also saw 61% of people saying they would be more likely to support a candidate who is pro-legalization. So very good stuff right there for the legalization front, at least according to this study. Now, what the government will actually do about it, we've yet to see. Unfortunately, there is another story that just came out, and it's that cannabis legalization is tied to significant reductions in prescription drug use. Now, you hear that, and you think, well, that's a good thing, right? Because obviously we want lower prescription drug use out there, right? We would rather people can use a more natural substance or whatnot, not medical advice. Who knows what kind of liability is out there, but you'd rather people not have to get prescription drugs if they can find another way, right? Typically, there can be some side effects and whatnot with those, and you'd rather people not have to use those. And while that's true from our perspective, there's also the perspective of pharmaceutical companies, right? And they, as we've seen over the past couple of years, obviously have a large deal of influence, a great deal of influence over politicians, over the government, and it's possible that they might end up using that influence to slow down or make cannabis legalization less impactful than it could be in whatever bill we end up getting, right? If big prescription drug companies end up realizing that cannabis could hurt their bottom line, then they may end up wanting to stall or stop cannabis legalization. So that is something to watch out for. And at the end of the day, that is really not what should be going on, right? When you see that the majority of people, the majority of Americans, see cannabis legalization as a net positive for the economy and society, that should be what actually drives politicians to make the choices they do and to make the policies that they end up making, right? Politicians are there to serve the people. They're there to do what the people want, and they really shouldn't be too beholden to these prescription drug companies. If these companies do end up trying to influence them, they really should, at the end of the day, be turning away from that and going along with what the people desire. Unfortunately, that may not be the case, right? And we may not know what's actually going on behind the scenes, what kind of deals are being made. It's just an unfortunate situation that we're going to have to deal with over the next couple of months as we're waiting for this legalization bill to actually come out. So unfortunately, we can also see some not too great stuff with the short interest. You can see over the past couple of days, as this news has broken, shorts have actually minorly increased their positions. So there's about 13 million more shorts in this thing than there were just a couple of days ago. We're back up above 200 million shares short. And unfortunately, that's not following the trend that we've been seeing over the past couple of weeks, where a lot of shorts have been jumping out of Sundial. It's potentially possible that shorts are now expecting, since legalization has been delayed, since it's been pushed back, they might be expecting maybe there's some more downside on Sundial before that legalization bill actually comes through. Maybe there's some more potential to push it down in the short term over the long term, they're probably going to continue going on with their original thesis, right? That it's a good idea to get out of sundial before legalization, realizing that there could be a big pump in its price. They probably still want to do that, but since legalization is now looking like it's been delayed by a couple of months, they might be trying to eke out some gains there. So that's what we've got for sundial stock news for the day. Unfortunately, it wasn't the best news, and there's some stuff to watch out for, but we can all potentially make a difference by maybe writing a letter to a senator. Who knows if that actually gets read or not. But other than that, guys, keep in mind none of this is financial advice. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.